So there's no SF, there's no Veno. You guys could push this tower, so go ahead and push with them. Use your enchant, grab the flag barrack free. So you can at least get some damage on this tower, and then be thinking about the next thing. So Abaddon, we can assume, will get bot tower. You don't want to stick around here too long, so you gotta leave now. And now they're forced to middle, so now you run top, because you don't need to run bot. You see how the playstyle is a little bit different, though?
Yeah.
What the focus is basically is we're trying to not take stupid fights, but we're also trying to address what the enemy team is doing, and we're trying to force them to do things, and we're also trying to survive and farm at the same time. So like just by pushing that wave into mid tower and then leaving, you force the SF mid, and now the SF's probably going to die to your team, right? Because he's not thinking about like that at all. He's just like, there's farm here, I walk to the farm, and not thinking about what the enemy team is doing, you know? All right, guys, welcome back. This is weekly coaching number 5 with King Louie, so student number 2. Been a little bit since we did the last session, so I'm kind of excited to see what progress he's made since then. Looks like his games have been, it's about the same, but some recent wins, and I think MMR's gone up. So what would you say the MMR was?
948.
948. Okay. So from when we started, you're at 792. Do you feel like the stuff so far is helping?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So like it's gone up a bit, but then I lost I went up a bunch of games, but then I don't know, I went like on a really big like losing streak.
Yeah.
So like
Okay.
but then yeah, I think it's like remember in the room. I've been trying to like do like the torment more, and like the ruins more.
Runes in Tormentor? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I've even been going like to the like because I end up going like hard like soft support, not soft support, like hard support.
Mm-hmm.
A fair few games because like I ran out of like games, and then I even tried to like get the enemies one, if that makes sense.
Okay, yeah, that's good. That's always good. Does it work out normally or no?
Sometimes, yeah.
Yeah.
Like if like I'll just say like to my person like just be careful a bit. Like they don't always expect me to come,
Yeah.
and then normally like it's like if they haven't got a stun, I'll just take it and then like go back like TP.
Yeah.
But then if they do, like I'll just walk back. If not, if like they end up fighting for a bit, and I don't see like their player.
Okay, for sure. And you said you've also been going for just the wisdom runes, or also like the river runes as well?
Mostly the just the wisdom, but I have been checking like the one at the start, like the few minutes in, cause like around like to see if I should go on a gank at mid or something.
Okay, that's good. That's good. All right. And so let's talk about the homework from last time. So last time we were saying make sure no one is missing the creeps in lane, only leave when it's safe, and then prioritizing power runes and wisdom. So it sounds like you're prioritizing wisdom runes a lot more. How do you feel like it's going with like making sure it's safe before you leave, and also making sure like nobody is missing farm? How's that going?
So like I try just I just say ping I'm going now,
Uh-huh.
and then it's like I try to like let them know like more that like to like stay back, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
And then I've just been doing that really, like, and like having a look if like, or if I go to like help out mid, I'll just TP there straight away instead of like walking there.
Okay, that's cool. What about making sure nobody's missing a farm? How's that going?
When like if I tried to like pull as much into it, like if like on the pulls. So like and if they I say like like just stay in the lane, because I've been a lot of the time in the last few games I've been in the safe support lane.
Yeah.
So it's like it's not been as like hot, like it's been okay. Like I think that lane's just different because like it pushes up a lot more.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So do you feel like you're allowed to leave more or less?
I feel like I think like you end up like could you just stay with them like more?
Yeah, right.
Like the person, like there's no like they don't if they just focus on the thing like they're hitting the creeps,
Hmm.
it should be like fine.
Okay.
And I try to make it like not go like where the ground's like different to the your tower on it.
What do you mean?
Like so like do you know how it's like where you got like the radiant bit?
Oh, yeah, all right.
If it like if the ground starts to turn like I try stay on like our side and try pull it if it goes like I'm stepping on like the radiant side of the river or like the dire side.
Okay, that's an interesting way of looking at it. I kind of like that sort of as a rule of thumb. Might be dependent on the skin you're using for the map, right? But that's still good. All right, cool. We got a game. Live coaching. What are we gonna ban? You should pick your
Like
support.
Naga.
Click your support thing so that doesn't get stolen from you. If you're gonna play support.
You can't select roles, can you?
Yeah, but you just click on the map to indicate where you want to go, and then it kind of tells you.
Oh,
Like if you clicked like in the jungle down there, like that usually tells people that you're going to be positioned for. Like if you want to play your Ench or whatever.
okay.
I would look at these picks though, and I try and use that. So against Omni Knight, dispels are good. So Enchantress is very good, and you're
Okay.
also pretty good against Spirit Breaker. So I think it's actually a really good Enchantress game, just based on this. You should always be thinking about what's in the pool and what would be good, you know? Like you need to think about what does my team need, you know? Like right now your team has like really bad wave clear, for instance, you know? Doesn't have very good stuns either. Pretty tanky, but kind of lacking in those two things. So like this guy picking Nyx should be thinking about that. Like, okay, we could use a little bit more team fight and stuns, and we also kind of need someone to clear waves because we don't do that very well. So Nyx does not accomplish the wave clearing, but he does accomplish the stuns. You always be thinking about this. I mean, it's a little different when you play ranked because you end up having to like first pick your support anyway. So then you just have to look at what the other guy's playing for support and try and like fill the gaps there, right? So if you thought this Ogre Magi was a support, you'd have to be like, okay, what does Ogre Magi do that or not do that I could do? You know, like maybe you pick a ranged guy because he's melee, or maybe you pick someone with lots of AoE because Ogre Magi doesn't have any. Something like that.
Okay.
Or even something as simple as he's got lots of stuns, but none of them go through BKB, so I could pick Bane or something, you know? Or a Treant, or whatever. What do you think you're laning against here?
Slark Omni. Or Slark Venno.
Yeah, I think that makes sense. I think it's Slark Omni based on the pick order because Spirit Breaker and Omni Knight were the first two heroes picked, so you can probably assume they were supports. So it's probably Spirit Breaker 4 and it's probably Omni 5. You put Slark here.
Venno 3.
Yeah, it's probably it may not be. I mean, it could be Spirit Breaker 3 just because that's how the hero's been kind of OP for a while. But it probably is Spirit Breaker support just based on the pick order. So do you understand what I was saying about the Enchantress Dispel versus the Omni Knight?
I just slow him after he's put his shield thing on.
No, so Omni Knight's ult can be dispelled.
Yeah.
Right. So if you think you're against Slark Omni, you're against double melee, so you can afford to buy like more damage. Like you could go like Fairy Fires. You can afford to buy like mana regen, for instance. You could buy like a Sage's Mask or something, because they don't really threaten you at all, right? You just keep your distance. So this is like a game where like I would pick up like Tangos. I probably wouldn't buy the Clarities, and I would just go greedy and buy like a Sage's Mask instead.
A Sage's Mask.
It doesn't matter now. Don't worry about it now. But that's like the kind of thing. This is why you need to be thinking about like what you're actually matched against. Because if you know you're against a double melee and you're ranged, then you don't need you don't need as much regen. You need to be more worried about burst damage and your ability to do damage as well. But I think warding the cliff is okay, though you're a little bit late to get here, so they might have already warded it. But I would go ahead and just put a ward on top of the cliff. And also remember what I was... Okay, so you see Veno here, so it's probably Veno. We need to leave. So it might be Veno 5. And good players will know that you put a ward on the high ground because you threw that right click. Because you normally should not be able to see him, right?
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but because you can see him, that should tell him, like, oh, he's got a ward here. And if you remember back to what we were talking about, like, early on, Enchantress is one of those heroes that wants the hard camp to be alive. So it's... You don't need to block camps as an Enchantress. You should hold your sentry to unblock instead. There's another thing that is going to be kind of hard for you to do, but you should try and focus all of your harass onto Slark if possible. And then whenever he's harassed away, or whenever creeps are low, you should help this bounty go for denies. Like, Veno harass is fine, but it's not as good as harassing Slark.
Okay.
Yeah. It's like right now, like, think about these creeps. Like, the range creep's getting low, this melee creep's getting low, this creep's getting low. Like, you need to be in range for all of these. And I basically want you to be right-clicking the entire time. Like, there's no reason to run back that far. Like, you should be staying where bounty is and just throwing right-clicks constantly. And if you're going to pull right now, then you should pop a clarity, because you got all this downtime. Is this helpful? Do you want me to let you just play and then I can tell you what you think about it, or do you want me to like direct you ahead of time?
Like, direction's fine.
Okay, for sure. Nice. You could be in position to stack this hard camp again since they just ran away. They pulled it back, so that would be a good spot where you could be down there. You just need to be like really paying attention to where they're positioned. So, like,
stack this one.
Yeah, it's too late now, but you had an opportunity while they were running back where you could have run up and stacked it. You know, right now you could be throwing right clicks. This Veno has more regen than you, so I would be thinking about sending yourself more. You'd also be thinking about your level 2 spell.
Or is it the should I get the heal or the...
I would get the W for a creep, but if you're just going to be right-clicking a lot like this, then the E is more valuable. This is why you don't want to block the small camp, because right now, if you had small camp available, you can come over and enchant one of these creeps. But this creep right here is too big for you, you can't get this one. Because it would have to be level 4, this thing's level 5. But yeah, more tangos. Go ahead and finish that null talisman, because why not? Maybe maybe a smoke as well wouldn't be bad. There you go. And go kill this. Like, he's gonna get this creep over on the left over here. Don't let him have this. Kill that. Nice.
Wait up.
Alright, Slark missed his pounce, so he's really not a threat to you. So just click on him. Keep clicking. Alright, that's not bad. And if you're also paying attention here, like Slark's Courier, just walk back. Like, I can't see your camera right now, so I don't know what you're looking at. But, like, basically, you need to be keeping tabs on it. Like, so, like, for instance, right now, like, Veno is not with this Slark. So,
yeah.
If you had more creeps, you could harass more. You could stack the Ancients here. Not like really anybody on your team can do this anytime soon, but that's okay. So Bounty Hunter looks pretty good right here. I would think about popping a Clarity and walking towards mid. Bounty Hunter doesn't need you right now. Yeah, start walking towards mid and helping Nyx with these runes. Because SF really, really wants the runes. Okay. He immediately went up
What
bounty
is
hunter
going
and
on?
walked away. But he's fine. He's got 800 gold. And that's on him. He should be safe right now. He could just steal this rune because Nyx doesn't have a what's it anyway. And then go steal the bounty rune too. I don't think you guys are getting a kill up there.
Oh, he's there.
Yep, that's okay. Look for a creep while you're in the area. Try not to linger too much in this area. Just look for any creep you can dominate. You can stack it first so you have more options, you know, if you want. Okay, so he blocked your hard camp, so you need a sentry. And he dewarded that, so that kind of tells you where his wards are. So I would buy...
Yeah, it is one. He's got it there.
Yeah. Okay, tank goes. Yeah, you know about the moving backwards thing. That's good.
Yeah.
All right, 6-minute rune's coming up, so let's get out of here. Let's run to mid right now, and let's smoke as soon as we're in the trees. There we go. Go ahead and smoke, and then tell this Nyx, you know, that you're on the way to mid. Like ping or something. Tell him that you're going for the rune to help him. And if Nyx can go grab it, great. If Nyx is not going to go grab it, you should just take it. Hey, just take it. Just take it. And then go back to the bounty rune, I'd say. Nyx is not really in a position to kill this guy. He doesn't have enough mana, so you don't have to bother with this. But we're denying SF these runes, which is important. And Bounty Hunter still looks good to me if you check him. So you could kill this courier and then like farm a camp with these illusions. Oh, another courier! Kill it! Hell yeah, let's go. This is a kill right here. This is a kill. No! No bounty hunter has no boots! That's okay. You could steal the harpy creep on the left.
I don't have enchant at the moment.
Okay, sorry. I was looking at your illusion. Okay, 7-minute rune's coming up. Bounty hunter has creeps, so he's good. You can leave. Go get the wisdom. This is also a time when you start getting your boots. Send your boots out. And then while you're doing this, your illusion can be doing something too. So you can have that go scout to the left for bounty hunter. Okay, and your boots on the way. And then when you send out your boots, you know, it doesn't hurt to send out more observers and stuff like that at the same time. It looks like they spent 2 of them on top line. That's okay. So 30 minutes till next rune, so I'd get in position for the next Ripper rune. Bounty Hunter can do whatever he wants, who cares? Fine. The SF is kind of more important than the Bounty Hunter, I would say. I don't want SF getting like DD runes and stuff, you know?
Okay.
You could sit up here. Yeah, there you go. And the goal is the rune, right? So you should tell the Nyx to go top rune right now.
Bounty's coming as well.
Yeah, but we're here for the rune, so go for the kill. Fuck it. Nice, great. And then if this Nyx isn't gonna go grab the rune, I would just go grab the top rune.
Your bottom tower, mate.
To regen.
Yeah, you could ping that for your Nyx, and then you could go help out top. Bounty Hunter's fine where he is, I think. So you should go to top now. Go help them out, and then tell them you're on the way. Do you have the ping that says that you're on the way somewhere? You guys could kill... Probably Omni Knight is an easier kill than Spirit Breaker, but let's see. Abaddon's not really in position, but that's okay. That's fine. Just back up now. Okay, 9 minutes. What do we got? Bounty runes. I haven't seen anybody walk over there, so you go grab your own bounty rune. That guy's got the Lotus. You don't need that. Hey, money, money. And then there's really not much to do right now, so I would actually just farm a camp. Like, I'd farm, like, this camp up here. Just go use your enchant, kill something. Or whatever. Whatever camp looks easy for you to kill. Just farm a little bit, it's cool. Because, I mean, Bounty Hunter doesn't need to be roaming like this. He should be in lane right now. So I would kill this next one, and then I'd make your way down to bottom again, since Bounty Hunter's not there. They should... Oh, Nyx is making a move. Go with the Nyx. See if we can help this Nyx get a kill. Great job. Okay, 10-minute runes. What does that mean? Get out of here. Go for the rune. Let's, are you going treads this game, you think?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Should I get wand? Because I use a lot of
They
spells
don't
early.
cast a lot of spells. I think you can skip the wand for now.
Your bottom tower, mate. You better hop to it.
Like, yeah, I don't think you need to stick right away. You can rely on passive mana regen.
Your bottom tower, mate. You better hop to it.
You actually need to try and push this as quickly as possible because it is a catapult wave. So don't feel afraid to, like, enchant these creeps, you know? To do that even better. Yep, he can definitely kill you. Oops. Now you know. So while you're dead, you should be looking around. You should look at the status of everything. Obviously, mid is going to need defense, so you should ping that and you should glyph it. And I would TP back here to de-aggro these creeps off this shit, like ASAP. Unless Nyx have it. Oh, that's okay. I'd walk back to bottom now, since Nyx is already here. And on your way, you could grab this rune, and then you could like put about like a... You could sentry this mountain here. Grab that, and you can sentry here. Make sure there's no wards in the area. No, sentry the top of the mountain so you know if there's a ward there.
Oh no! I saw he put.
Okay, that's fine. Well, then go ahead and just place your ward now. Okay. Yeah, in those instances, I would just sentry the mountain directly. Because you know you want a ward in the area, so you may as well. And then you can just farm a little bit. You can farm this wave. The wave's right next to you. Farm the wave first. And you can man fight this Venom. You have a shield rune, and you have level 6, so like he really shouldn't be able to stand here at all. I mean, keep farming, but like if he's in range, you know, you can bully him out. Yeah, there you go. Try not to waste all your mana on the creeps, though. Make sure you're toggling that for last hits. Have a look at top. I don't know if you can really help there, so you're good. Just keep farming. Go ahead and enchant like a range creep or something so you can kill this off faster. Because you want to be farming, but you also want to be farming quickly. And you should be on Agi or Enchantress right now because you're just farming. So you want to be either attacking harder or attacking faster. Still look at top, they're sieging. You might want to help out here. I would TP top. Yeah, I TP top in the tree so they don't see you. Because I think a fight's going to break out there.
Okay.
Well, you're good now. You're good now. Don't worry. Next time they show like 4 heroes like on the tower, though, just be ready to TP to it. Because at this stage, it is more important to rotate for fights than it is to just farm, because we're at 13 minutes, you know? So you just got to be ready. You might need a TP top now. Spirit Breaker's charging. Yep. Alright, save your Dispel for Omni ult. Oops. Oh, that's okay. Yeah, when Omni ults, you can just dispel it right off. And you can dispel Repel as well. Oh, tread switch. Oh, don't run into it. You're good. Just chill. You did your job. Okay, that's okay. Maybe your team can turn it. What kind of damage did you take? A lot of magical, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I think buying at least a cloak is not a bad idea here. And I also think like a 4-staff is going to be necessary this game, so I would maybe buy like a cloak and then like go into 4 staffs. And then
Should I go back bottom?
yeah, I would walk though. Well, you don't have TP anyway. But even if you had TP, I think I would. No, Venno is pushing it. No, because Venno is pushing it, I would TP. But you know, walk there and try and save it. What are you gonna pick for your neutral item? Cold bracelet. I like it. That solves the problem. So there's no creeps here. I would sit back and grab the wisdom and then do this. Yeah.
Selfish.
Now you can clear this. So with that cloak, we can turn that into... I mean, I think a pipe makes a lot of sense for your team. You are against a Venno and an SF. But I think a 4-staff is higher priority to help people with Slark. And even Venno and stuff like that.
Would my shard be good or no?
I don't think it works if you're leashed by Slark.
Oh,
Because it's like a mobility spell. I don't think you're even allowed to cast it. So I don't think that's good right now, but that you can definitely come back to that later. You more want the 4-staff to save both yourself and your teammates if people get leashed by a Slark. Nyx did not use his Dagon. And again, while you're just farming, you should be on Agi or Intreads, because we're more worried about doing damage than we are surviving, right? You only go on to Strength Treads when you're taking damage. Okay, this looks bad. Pop your heal, try and save him, but otherwise... Yeah, get the fuck out of here. You can't TP, so just tread switch to defense. That's unfortunate. Is this how a lot of your games look, or is this, would you say worse than normal?
No, this is pretty normal.
Okay, for sure. I'm noticing, like, your Nyx has no boots, you know, stuff like that.
Yeah, this is like normal.
Okay, for sure. So then, in these types of games, your job really is to like make sure that you're also farming and getting ahead, because all of the team fights and all the ganks you go to are effectively just going to be crapshoots. So you really shouldn't focus on that so much. You should focus on individually, like trying to get ahead through farming and just surviving, and then you'll end up kind of out leveling everybody. And even though you're supposed to be a support, like you kind of end up being a little bit of a core anyway. That's just kind of how this goes.
Yeah, that's what I used to do. That's why I used to get the Midas, because it was just like...
Yeah, but I wouldn't make a habit out of doing that.
Oh.
The emphasis is not like... It's not strictly that you're actually becoming a core. It's that you should be identifying like what should be happening. So like, for instance, you know, by the way, you don't need to be here because Nyx is here farming this. So yeah, like if he's here farming, that's fine. But if no one's there farming, like right now, you could go try and farm midwave. It's kind of dangerous, but like that's the point, is that you go farm while also like taking dangerous farm. So I would go walk to mid safely and then try and push that out once he re-pushes it back to you, you know. And then while you're here, you gotta wait on that. You could stack the ancients while you're chilling. Also, they have a watcher right next to you. You should probably have grabbed that, but we can come back for it. It's okay. So just be ready to catch this wave. Don't die to them. Go. Okay, he might have... Oh no! But this is good, right? Because if you weren't doing this, none of your team would be sitting here getting this XP and gold and protecting this tower. And so that's kind of what you're supposed to do. So like the next place nobody wants to farm on your team right now is top lane. So I would actually TP top like right now, because no one's defending that. And this is kind of what you end up doing, is you end up just picking up the empty lanes that nobody wants to go to and just farming. And then you can just basically build a big ass item because you're getting way more farm than you're supposed to be. Because normally, you're like, if you're playing at a higher level, your cores would be grabbing this farm. And the only reason they wouldn't is because if they knew it wasn't safe for them to be there, and then you're effectively like deciding that you're going to feed in order to get this farm, if that makes sense, right?
Yeah.
So here what you want to do is you want to get this wave pushed and then you want to leave. You want to get this done quickly and then get out of here. And again with the treads. Switch the treads again. There you go. I think you can just start building your force staff. You're floating a lot of gold. So now walk to mid from here. And be wary of where they might have wards. So you might want to sentry this mountain because that's an obvious spot. Okay, cool. Buy your force staff stuff. There you go. You might want to glyph it. I don't know if you can save it though. Look at these Veno wards. We're not looking to fight. We're looking to defend the tower. So don't follow these guys. These guys are going too far. If it looks good, go ahead and help. But otherwise, no. It looks good. Alright, this bounty's probably going to chase too far, so if he does, don't die with him. Get your E! Get your E! Alright, we're out. We're walking away. It's fine. What was that rune? Did he grab it? So there's no SF, there's no Veno. You guys could push this tower, so go ahead and push with them. Use your enchant, grab the flag bearer. Free. That's kind of the best one for you guys because it's the tankiest and it's giving a regen aura. So you can at least get some damage on this tower and then be thinking about the next thing. So Abaddon, we can assume we'll get bot tower. You don't want to stick around here too long, so you got to leave now. And now they're forced to middle, so now you run top because you don't need to run bot. Maybe even kill this camp on the way unless Nyx wants this. I think Nyx might want it.
Gotcha.
You see how the playstyle is a little bit different though?
Yeah.
What the focus is basically is we're trying to not take stupid fights, but we're also trying to address what the enemy team is doing, and we're trying to force them to do things, and we're also trying to survive and farm at the same time. So like just by pushing that wave into mid tower and then leaving, you force the SF mid, and now the SF's probably gonna die to your team. Right? Because he's not thinking about like that at all. He's just like, there's farm here, I walk to the farm, and not thinking about what the enemy team is doing, you know?
I think he killed the Abaddon though.
No, the Abaddon died to a neutral creep.
Oh.
Abaddon killed himself on the Ancients. I don't know how that's possible, but that's what happened. So again, look at mid. Mid might need help soon.
Okay.
But just, you know, be ready. If Abaddon's got it, then you don't need to, but just be ready. Getting charged, hit your E.
Nature attend us.
Okay. Cool. Walk away. Look at the map. Look at the map. Walk away. Up, go up, 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 up. They're all coming for you. Hold your force staff for if he pounces you. Alright, you can force staff now. Tread switch to tread, or strength. Okay, good try, good try. Yeah.
I was gonna force staff him originally to stop his thing.
To the Spirit Breaker?
Yeah.
Yeah, but then he just ults you, right? So that's not too great. But I like the idea. You could just go into a Hurricane Pike from here, I think. Start working on Dragonlance, it's not bad. Normally in this type of a game, like, I think, if I was actually gonna, like, really try and support, I think I'd be looking at, like, Glimmer Cave and Solar Crest and things like that. You do need to be careful here in the back lanes. Wait for the pounce. Okay, force staff out. Nope. Okay, good enough. Cool. Hey, remember, you can enchant him too, just to slow him down and enforce his dispel, right? When you force staff though, make sure you turn around. Like I wanted you to force staff up. So like you should turn and look up here and force staff yourself like under the tower or away from your teammates to make him split. Because what happens there is you force staff into your team and he just chases you and then he kills your teammate anyway, right?
Oh, okay.
That making sense? And you also force staff through him as opposed to just away from him. So he gets a little bit more attacks on you because you're going through him instead. But that's why we bought this item. We bought force staff explicitly to deal with a Slark pouncing us or our team. The map is incredibly black right now. How many wards are available?
None at the moment.
Who has all the wards? Where the hell? Okay, Abaddon has all the wards. So this is an issue. Abaddon knows wards are good, but he doesn't know where to place them, and he's not remembering to place them. So you could ask him nicely, like, hey, Abba, can you give me the wards and I'll place them?
There you go.
Help him. Dispel the SF when it's back up, because he's got DD on him. Try your hardest to dispel SF. Put enchant on SF when you can. Nice, okay. Cool, alright, you killed the DD. I wouldn't buy it back. Maybe it's good, but I just wouldn't.
Okay.
Yeah, you don't need to there. I don't think they're gonna keep going. Late game though, when it's getting down to like really long death timers, like 40, 50-second death timers, I would buy back for that fight because you could come in and turn it.
Okay.
Yeah. Let's look at the scoreboard. So how we doing? Their Spirit Breaker and their Slark are kind of popping off. Omni Knight is 5-0, so he's worth a lot of gold if you can get a kill on Omni Knight. Slark is 8-1, he's worth a ton of gold. Venno ain't worth shit. Don't worry about killing Venno.
Your bottom tower is under attack, son.
Did you manage to get any of those wards off the Abaddon? Did you ask him yet? You can just type it. And then you should run to him and then see if he'll pass them to you. He might not, but you know, whatever. It's fine. You could heal up your Abaddon while you're chilling here. Try not to steal his farm, because he is technically a core. You are technically a support. Oh shit, get out. Force staff. Force staff, force staff. Fucking get out. No, get out, get out.
Sorry.
No, you're good. Yeah, force staff immediately when you see that SF coming in behind you like that. The boogie. Man, your team loves putting sentries that just overlap each other, huh? Look at
Your
this.
bottom tower, mate. You better hop to it.
You understand why I'm kind of talking shit on that ward a little bit?
Yeah, because it's like this one. There's already one here.
Yeah, there's already one here on the mountain, and you've got the tower vision. Like, this ward really isn't doing too much. And you could maybe make an argument for being a little bit further out, but, like, it's really just kind of an irrelevant ward at the moment. Alright, so they are just 5-man ganking your team. I would push top right now, because you guys can't take fights. And especially not with your bounty hunter dead. You do need to be careful about TPing, though. I should have said that. In this instance, it's better for you to walk, because if your team does take a silly fight, like they're doing right now, and feeds, then the next thing the enemy team is going to do is run up high ground, right? And now you don't have TP to defend it. So this would be where we would walk out here to do this. But now that you're out here with no TP, you should push this as hard as you can, and you should try and get them to rotate on you. So you should be showing in lane right now. You want them to come beat.
Oh, your bottom tower.
Okay, we don't want them going high ground. They want us to come.
Oh, I'm sorry.
We want to try and get the enemy team to like come kill you. You know, make some space here. All right, now be careful because they're not showing anymore. So back up now. Back up. Okay, they're still showing. Keep pushing. Whenever they're showing, you're pushing. Whenever they're not showing, you hide. I think the Spirit Breaker's about to charge you. Try and snipe the Wisdom Rune. Hell yeah. Oh, get that Wisdom Rune! Oh, fuck. You could Force Staff yourself on top of the mountain. Can you pull that off? Oh, good try. Oh! Hit your E and just kite him. Just kite him. Hit your W on him, too. Just kite this loser. There you go. Try and lead him to the gate. Uh-oh. That's fine. Space created. If we execute that a little bit differently, the Spirit Breaker doesn't get you there. So if you manage to, like, Force Staff yourself on top of that cliff, or you Force Staff yourself, like, over the cliff, like, break vision with him and, like, TP immediately, that's the one way you could do it. Yeah. And then, because when we were watching the map, we saw them walk from mid up into your top jungle a little bit. So it kind of gives you the inkling that they all want to kind of come for you. So your goal while you're doing that is to, like, make the enemy team stop pushing. But, like, if you can avoid dying, we also want to try and do that. It's just kind of okay if they kill us there, you know? Is that making sense?
Yeah.
Yeah, we want to try and gamble and, like, actually survive if possible, though. So again, we don't want to just run at the enemy team. Abaddon's pushing bottom. No, he's not. I would walk to bottom here.
Okay.
And I'd walk like this on the map. Like, be careful of their wards. Assume they have wards in here. You can't just go deward it, because the Spirit Breaker can come catch you. So you need your whole team with you to get this deward. Otherwise, you can't go do it on your own. Because A, Spirit Breaker isn't showing, and B, he can just catch you anywhere on the map, right? Alright, still got a lot of items here. I'd say...
Here we go!
You need dust as well. You're gonna need dust. But I'd work on... Okay, he's level 20. You can't fight him. Just try to not let him see you. Look at him charging Abaddon there. Yeah, so you know he has vision there now, right? So
Yeah.
Abaddon just killed the ward. Got this lane. He's gonna charge you next, so get ready. That means have your E ready and dispel him when he gets on top of you. And then what you want to try and do is use your Force Staff to break vision with him and then TP out. Because you can't man fight him. You can't beat him. But, look at mid right now. They might need your help. No. I think you have to come back and defend this. But I don't know if it's... Yeah, you might have to TP to your tier 4s here. You got it? You good?
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, TP back. Remember, you can dispel that? Yeah, there you go. And then you just light him up. Oh, nice Force Staff. I like that. That was good. That was very good. You can keep hitting him when you do that. You have that Hurricane Pipe buff on you. You can keep shooting him.
Oh, okay.
You know that's how that works, right? Be super careful. There's nothing to fight for here. We're not fighting unless they're pushing tier 4s. Like, this ogre is overextending. Force Staff him out. Nice. Good job. Just dispel this guy. Hit your E. Stand next to ogre. Help him out.
Nature attend us.
Good, good, good. Careful overextending. You're still fighting a Spirit Breaker. It's a little bit too far out. If they wanted to, they could kill you right there. Alright, let's just chill. Let's back up. There's nothing to do now. Let's go get our mana, so let's run back to base. Let's just go back to the fountain. Let's buy ourselves some dust, and then let's sell off these little items we're not using anymore. This is why I didn't want you to keep standing there, because look what happens. You have dust? You need dust?
The prodigal hero returns.
There you go.
Are you seeing that?
See?
Your middle tower is under attack. Your middle tower. No.
And
Hey,
keep shooting them.
your middle tower. Are you seeing that?
Yeah, light these guys up, man. You're a fucking cannon. There you go. Keep trying to defend. Keep going. It's like you fight now or you lose the game. You gotta get in there. Oh, okay. Try and turn around, Hurricane Pike him into the base. That'd be fucking sick. Oh, nice try. Nice try, nice try. Kite. Nice try. Might need to buy back. Yeah, you need to buy back. Kill this Spirit Breaker. Desperate defense! Let's go! That was sick though. You almost got that. That would have been really cool. Remember, you just fought back, so if they kill you, it's really, really bad. But you also don't want to let them kill you, right? So with SF and Slark dead, that does give you guys some space. It would be really cool if your team would walk through with you to the triangle to deward that, but you kind of have to be careful. Hurricane Pike him! You can Hurricane Pike him into your team there. He died! He died! the thing chased him.
Yeah.
Alright, we got a lot of money, and we just bought back anyway. Let's go back to base, get mana, and let's think about next item we might want. I think honestly, maybe a Mage Slayer is not terrible. Yeah, let's just get Mage Slayer.
Should we ask to do the Torment, maybe? No, they did ours.
Yeah, sell that branch so you have room for wards. Cool. Yeah. Spirit Breaker's dead. You can go try and deward this now. Tormentor's dead, by the way. We're chilling, We just showed. Link, get back to your team now. Be ready to help them. Help this Abaddon. That's basically the game plan is going to be we're going to separate from our team to do things really quickly and then try and get back as 5 as soon as possible.
You save your action.
Hit your dust before you die, if you die.
Your action is under
Oh, nice. Watch his explosion. Okay, you're good. Go fight. Dispel. Nice. Yeah, keep pummeling these guys. You're machine gun man. Nice. Look at that damage. Love it. Dust again. Oh, he doesn't have invis. My bad. Never mind. Keep shooting, dude. You gotta kill these guys. Dispel Slark. Put all the buffs on Slark.
Your action is under attack. Something different.
Oh, that damage is good. Nice. Alright, we're chilling. Let's turn that Mage Slayer into a full Bloodthorn. Let's just go full forward here. Brownie's going too far. Hopefully he doesn't feed. He's feeding. Okay, that's fine. You just can't move out of the base like these guys are doing. It's just not safe. Especially not if Nyx and Ogre aren't with you. Ogre's AFK, so kind of just what you have to do right now. Any questions so far?
Just like if like the team, like if this is how like games normally go.
Uh-huh.
What's the?
Well, let's focus on what's going on right now. Try and get your team back if you can. Use your back things. Uh-oh. Oh, nice, nice. Save the Abaddon. Very good. Okay. Yeah, well, we'll talk about it afterwards. You focus on
Okay.
that. But just remember, you're trying to dispel buffs off of them. Anything Omni puts on someone, just dispel it. And then you just want to use your Hurricane Pike to, like, screw up their initiation and try and get kills as well. Like that. Hit him, hit him, hit him, hit him. No, that's the worst Yules ever. Oh. Okay, Yules himself. Alright, good. I thought your team did that. I was going to be very sad. But that was a good Hurricane Pike. Yeah, Abba has his ult. You guys can fight. Dispel. Nice, hit your E. Look for targets that are far away from you if possible. Omni's not a threat. Don't waste shit on him. Dispel that pipe off of him. Yeah, kill him, kill him, kill him. Nice. One more. Beautiful. Good shit, dude. Just killed their mid. This guy's dead too. Let's go. Late game Enchantress. Alright, clear this stuff up. Get mana again. 5 more items. Get your courier ready to go to the secret shop as well. I would send it out like this, okay? Down the side of the map and then straight across. Don't send it straight, because if they have a ward here, they'll see it.
Yeah.
Because I think you... almost, yeah. No, yeah, you almost have enough for an Orchid. Super close to an Orchid. And the Orchid is going to be... Let me see. Let me look at their items. It's bad on SF. Or not, I'm sorry. Yeah, it's bad on SF, it's bad on SB, and it's bad on Omni. Because they all have self-dispels. So it's best to go on Veno or Slark.
Okay.
So long as you time it. If Slark has already started his, what's it called?
Like.
His Dark Pact, then you don't want to work with it. Bloodthorn gets purged everywhere anyway from everyone. That's true, but it is also just a crap ton of damage on Bloodthorn, Cybrek. And it's also just a natural item progression. Orchid's just a really nice item on Enchant because it gives so much damage. But I think Moonshard could be okay as well. We can look to that next. Mooncharger's, yeah, no, Mooncharger's good. Alright, the Spirit Breaker is showing, then you can feel a little bit more confident in what you're doing. So this is, your team is splitting up too much, so you should try and sit near the Abaddon maybe right now. I don't know. That doesn't make any sense. Yeah. Okay, get the Roach time. Alright. Remember how to record it? Yep. So that's the time, and then add 5 minutes, and then add 3 minutes.
Oi! Your top tower is under attack!
And then 3 minutes. 3 minutes again. So like this. And then make sure you copy paste it. You can hit Control A, Control C, so you can grab it in the text box. Oh, look at that damage. Okay, don't overextend here. He's baiting you in. SF can die. Dust him. Remember he has Aegis though. Nice, nice. Oh, good try. Good
I
try.
think he's stunned. Like Nick's had the stun then.
Yeah, that's okay. And Nick's used it. How far are we off our buyback right now?
I don't have it.
Do you have like, I mean, time or money?
I'll bought money. Like I'm like,
Oh shit, buyback's off cooldown. Okay, that's my bad. I thought you were gonna have. I thought your buyback was still gonna be on cooldown at this point. That's why I told you to buy the orchid. Otherwise, I wouldn't have. You'd be saving for buyback here. That's okay. All right. So, kind of expected to lose this game based on how that was going. So let's not worry about that. But
yeah.
what were the main things you learned there?
To TP and go to lanes where people aren't there.
Okay, TP and fill empty lanes. Sometimes TP to them. It depends on the urgency. So we're generally going to TP there if, like, the tower is going to take a bunch of damage.
Yeah.
Or, like, we know that we're not really going to be able to help anybody anyway, so our rotation isn't worth anything. So, like, let's say like all your big spells were on cooldown. It's like, well, all right, I can't actually help you, so I'm not going to bother saving it to rotate. So I'm just going to go do this now. But okay, so we learned that. What else did we learn?
If like if they're pushing like thing and you're like already in, just try to like push the lane to get them to come back.
Yeah. Okay. So if the enemy team is really strong and you're caught out on the map with no TP, this actually theoretically does apply to having a TP as well. With TP, we'll put, you want to try and make space, and that means forcing rotations. You want to try and bait them into going after you instead of pushing, right?
Yeah.
Now that one is going to be hard to learn. It's going to be hard to learn because people are going to flame you for not being there. But the thing is, like, you need to recognize when it's stupid or not, like, and be like, you know what? Like, even if I was here, we're so far behind that I don't make a difference. So me doing guerrilla warfare is more useful. Like, trying to force the enemy team to split up is more useful than if I was there with you guys, because we don't win the 5-on-5 anyway. That would be if you do have your TP. If in that instance where you TP'd when you kind of shouldn't, and now you're stuck out there, your only two options are immediately run back to base, in which case you're probably not going to get there in time anyway, or start split pushing. The least useful thing you can do in that instance is just farm the jungle, right?
Okay.
Maybe if you're a carry, that's acceptable, because, you know, it's not your job to make space. You need to be hitting your items, so just, like, farming off map is okay. But if you're a support, that should be your job. Like, get them to rotate on you in that instance. Okay, so that's two things. Did we learn anything else? There's a bunch of little things.
Just for every, like, get them just go straight to mid normally. If you see a power rune on the 2, 4, and like 6 minute and 10-minute mark.
Right. Rotate to mid for runes. The water runes are lower priority. You really only do that if the mid is, like, very dependent on his bottle, either mid hero, but especially if both heroes are bottle heroes, then that becomes more important. And you only ever really do that if there's, like, really nothing else for you to do. Like, you know, like, your core is farming safely right in front of his tower, and they can't pull, so you don't have to block that, and it's not really worth stacking, and there's nothing else to do. Like, go for the water rune. But yeah, and for the power runes especially, so 6 minute, 8 minute, 10 minute, yeah, super important. What else did we learn? There was a couple minor things too.
If they're like too melee, you can go like greedy with the the item, so you can get like a sage mask instead of clarities.
And laning against double melee don't need as much regen, so can go for greedier items. And that's really whatever it may be. So you just don't need a lot of regen because they're not actually going to, like, harass you. but you still might need a stick or fairy fires or a salve, because maybe the only way that they lane is by trying to kill you and just all inning you, right? Like if you were laning
Yeah.
against, I don't know, something like a Tusk Slark, you know, and you're Enchantress, like, yeah, the only way they like win the lane is by just dumping everything and trying to charge on top of you. So you might need that like instant regen,
Yeah.
or you might need
Like
a
a-
salve to like reset after you survive it, you know?
Okay.
But other than that, yeah, you don't need to buy 6 tangos against double melee. Like you would only need 6 tangos if your positioning's terrible and you're letting them punch you a lot, right?
Okay.
So you can just kind of do whatever you want. Like if you feel like you need a lot of mana regen, that's good. If you feel like boots are going to be good, you can do that. If you just want to get a lot of damage, you can go for Null Talisman or a bunch of branches and fairy fires or a Blightstone or whatever. But you get to build a little bit greedier because their lane comp is bad, basically.
Okay.
Yeah, that's the reason for it. Because they're not going to do harass damage a lot. Anything else that we learned? There's other minor things too.
Like if I've put a ward down, don't hit them because then they'll know
Yeah.
there's a ward there.
Careful not to give away your wards by shooting, casting into the quote-unquote fog. It's fog for them, but not for you, right? So yeah,
Okay.
that's a big one. That's actually really important. It's not going to come up all the time, but you know, against good players, they will notice that and they'll be like, "Oh, how did he see me? He must have a ward." You know, same
Yeah.
thing as when Spirit Breaker charged the I guess that didn't really apply in that instance, but there was an instance where Spirit Breaker charged Abaddon, and it's like, okay, how did he see him? Well, he had a ward, right?
Yeah.
Anything else? There was still minor things.
If like I gank mid and mid's okay, I can gank top.
Yeah, that's
Like
not.
after
Yeah, that's
I don't
not
have to like
specific
go
to that.
back.
Yeah.
It's like
That's
like
a contextual thing. So in that instance, it was because Bounty Hunter was sort of okay, and he
but
wasn't.
I mean it's okay to leave like my position. I don't always have to go back to them basically.
Yes. Yeah. Okay. I see what you're saying. Yeah. But you might. There might be games where you do need to. Like you make that mid rotation, and you actually need to go back to lane super fast, right?
Oh, okay.
In that instance, I kind of got the sense that they weren't really going to kill the bounty hunter too much, and also that the bounty hunter wasn't going to do too much if you were there. That is honestly
Okay.
mostly based off of how he was playing, not the hero. The way that bounty hunter was playing was not very aggressive, and they weren't being
Yeah.
very aggressive on him. So technically, bounty hunter should have been really unfavored in that matchup, and he should have needed your help a lot more. But the enemy team wasn't abusing it, and he wasn't playing aggressive anyway. So like, there's not much for you to do besides just throw spears, right? Like you're not
Yeah.
really going to get any kills. Maybe you would, but only if he's playing aggressive too. They're not really going to kill him because they're not even trying. But
Yeah.
normally, Venos Slark would be a super scary lane, and he would probably definitely need your help there.
Okay.
So normally we would probably need to run back to the bounty hunter. But it was also sort of just at the phase there where it's like, okay, we've rotated to mid. Bounty hunter is still farming like in front of his tower. So maybe it's not like ideal for the bounty hunter, but we're already out on the map. If I go back down there, it doesn't really feel like much is going to happen. So maybe we can go top and make something happen there. And then you went top and killed the Spirit Breaker. So now you're influencing multiple lanes at once. And
Yeah.
that can be as a reaction to your own lane being bad, or it can be as a reaction to like, well, everyone in the lobby is sort of bad and playing very low tempo. So if I start running around the map and doing things, it's going to have an impact. It's kind of playing the bracket more than it is actually like playing good Dota. Does that make sense?
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll make a note of it though. So when rotating away from lane, you might have to go back to your lane ASAP, but you might not. That's just a feel thing. It's a lot of context based on context and feel. Okay, anything else? There were some minor mechanical things.
If if I use force staff, try to force staff away
Yep.
from my hero.
Try to aim yourself in a great direction. So, you know, like not through the enemy team onto a cliff or a mountain, over a cliff, under a tower. Yeah, like, you know, you get this little burst of movement, right? So like utilize that to put yourself in a really good position. Don't just use it to make space from the enemy hero, but use it to make space and improve the position, right? Because like in the instance where, like, let's say, you know, when you went for the Wisdom Rune and the Spirit Breaker came after you,
Yeah.
at that point in the game, he didn't have any wards on him. So like, if you had Force Staff on top of the cliff, the only way he could have got you off of there was by getting vision to something else and charging through the cliff. There was no way for him to spot you up there, which means he can't cancel your TP.
Can't you if you literally click on the center of it, can't you see there though?
Yes, but it's a bit buggy and it's really hard to do it consistently. So like technically, yeah, he could have kind of spotted you like that, but
I think there's a cheat way to do it. It's like you just a click and it'll like do it to it.
it depends on the spacing. It literally depends on the geometry of the object, because those things are not perfectly circular, so you don't see on top of them at the same. You don't see the same radius into that little circle from every angle, because the object itself is not a perfect circle. So it's a little bit oblong. So from some angles, like you can notice this when you're looking for a ward, right? Sometimes you can see a little bit further in than normal, and then also there's just the literal positioning of something. So if the ward is not placed in the dead center and it's on one edge, you're only going to be able to see it from that edge. So like in that instance, if you force staff on top of the mountain and then walk to the opposite edge away from him, so you walk to the north edge, then the only way he can spot you is by walking all the way around and then hugging that northern edge, right? Which is a lot more movement for him to circumnavigate the mountain than it is for you to just step right there, you know?
Okay.
But regardless, the fact that he could spot you in that way, I would still do that play. Like, I'm caught out of position by a Spirit Breaker that can kill me. Like, fuck it. I'm jumping on top of the cliff and I'm going for a TP. Like, I would still do that. You know?
Okay.
It's worth gambling a little bit there. Anything else that we noticed? Super minor mechanical stuff.
If like I'm going to like a lane and someone's already there, but I've already been to the lane already, it's okay to like jungle.
Yeah. If all the lanes are taken up and there's really no objectives to do, yeah, go ahead and hit some jungle creeps. Especially as a hero like Enchantress that jungles kind of efficiently. That should be part of your tool set. Yeah. It's okay to jungle when lanes are taken and there are no immediate objectives. Okay, what else?
If pushing, try and take the flag creep to push the lane quicker.
Try to enchant flag bearer creeps. Yeah, in lane. Like basically any jungle creep, almost any jungle creep is going to be more valuable than a lane creep. But of the lane creeps, the flag bearer creep is probably the highest value one because it's the tankiest and has the regen aura. But other than that, you probably just want to grab a range creep. If you could, you would want to grab the catapult, but you're not allowed to do that. Otherwise, you should always, like, if they ever change it and you're allowed to grab catapults, grab the catapult every time.
Okay.
No better option. Okay, another minor mechanical thing. Hint: it has to do with some items.
Get wand.
Well, we didn't even buy a wand that game, so
no. Try get 4 staff first.
Why? Why do we want 4 staff?
Because it helps your team and yourself, and in that instance, it broke the Slark pants.
Yeah, it was specifically an item against Slark. So buy 4 staff versus Slark. How about Were there any things with Hurricane Pike that you did differently this time?
When I break it, I should just keep clicking on the hero.
Yep. After hitting Hurricane Pike, keep attacking at infinite range. You get 4 attacks, and you only get it for a
Okay.
little bit of time. I would go back and reread Hurricane Pike so you know exactly what it's doing.
Okay.
Reread Hurricane Pike. I'm gonna add on to the buy 4 stuff versus Slark. Enchantress Shard might not work against this pounce. We'd have to double check that. We can do
Okay.
that real quick, or you know how to do it, right? You can do it in demo mode. You can have a look at
Yeah.
that. Okay. Anything else has to do with your boots? Hint, hint.
Just do with what?
Your boots.
Get them after I've got a null talisman or something. Get them like around like 5 minutes.
Yeah, it's more about you want to be buying your boots when you're ready to start rotating around, right? So we talked about this before, I think. I think we talked about this at one point, but basically it's like when you're in rotating mode and you're going to start moving between lanes and going to grab runes and doing stacks and all that stuff, then the boots become super valuable. You really only need your boots in lane versus certain heroes, and most of the time you just don't need them. They're wasted gold. So
Okay.
buy boots when you're ready to start roaming. It's as simple as that. And what
Okay.
about how about power treads? Anything on power treads?
Get them and change them into agi or int when not taking damage, and if they're taking damage, put them on strength.
Yep. When you're not under threat. I mean, you can even leave them on, int or agi when you're in the middle of a fight. It's just that you get that little health boost by switching to strength. I think theoretically there are instances where you would take less damage while you're on agi treads because you would have more armor. But in general, I mean, I don't know exactly what the math is on that. I think you'd have to be getting hit for a lot of damage for that to make a difference. It would basically have to be the difference between the number of health you get from strength treads versus the armor you're going to get, and how much damage reduction that would equate to. So it's probably not relevant most of the time. But that boost to your health is like sort of a one-time thing. So you can kind of start the fight on int treads for a lot of it, and then just tread switch to strength like as you start getting low. I think that makes sense to me. But in general, the point there was like you don't need to be on strength treads right now because you're just farming. Nothing's hitting you. So, we want to be doing more damage or harder, like hitting harder or attacking faster, right?
Yeah.
It also helps out your regen slightly because if you switch to basically when you're regenning, you want to be on agi treads because that's giving you the lowest amount of int and strength. So all of your regen is more effective. You know how that works?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
It's
Cool.
like when you put like 1 down and then you use it, but then you get more.
Mm-hmm. You get more relatively because your mana pool and your health pool was smaller when you used the heal. So when you switch back to the other attribute, your ratio in the health bar or mana bar is higher, and so you actually end up with more than if you had before. We were actually just watching a game yesterday where we were watching Yatoro, and he had one charge, and he knew he was about to get hit by a Coddle Blast, so he switched off agi treads. He switched to agi treads, hit his single wand charge, and then switched back to strength treads and survived the Coddle Blast with like 15 HP. And like that would that whole sequence of events is like very technical, right? But it was like super cool to see it. Yeah, so in general, when you're regenning, you want to go on to agi. When you're just attacking things. If you're an int hero, go on int. Sometimes there's other cases where, like, if you're a Sven and you pop your ult and you're just farming, it's actually more effective to sit on agi treads. It has to do with attack speed. It's not a big deal. The big deal is that you're thinking about it because you bought that item, and that's what that item does, right? So you want to be like
Okay.
utilizing it in some way, whatever that way is, you know? Switching to int to get more mana to cast a spell, switching to strength to like tank a tower, you know, things like that. Okay. Is there anything else you can think of? Because that's a lot of points here. I will restate them. If we're good.
Say it again, please.
Sorry?
Say it again, please.
I said, was there anything else that we missed here? Otherwise, I can just go through and restate these if you need to.
I think that's everything. I can't.
Okay. You good then? All right. Well, I'll send you these notes, and you guys, if you're watching the video, you can read these. I don't need to read them. So let's do for. What do you think would be helpful homework here? Do you want to try and work on some of the concepts from this session?
Yeah, I think going to other lanes when no one's there.
Okay, that's a really simple one, and that's going to be very effective. So next steps. Focus on grabbing empty lanes, and we'll say jungling too. And because originally your question back in week 1 was like, how do we farm? Like, when should we be farming? When do we farm more? I remember that was like your, yeah, you asked mid game and shaky, when to split push, when to farm is for. Yeah, that was one of your first questions. So that's what we'll focus on next week. Let's just keep it simple and just we're going to focus on grabbing empty lanes as support to farm. Okay. Slash defend towers. Okay. So next week, find a couple replays. Hope like we won't do it on Tuesday because obviously it screws it up. I guess we might have to go back to Thursday or something. We'll figure it out. But whatever. Get like a couple replays where you're like deliberately focusing on this, and then we'll have a look at this next week. Sound good?
Yeah.
Okay, for sure. All right, man. Well, thanks. I hope that was helpful.
Yeah, thank you.
For sure. We'll figure out our scheduling later. We don't have to worry about it right now.
Oh, okay then.
Cool. I'll
Alright,
check you
thank
later.
you.
Have a good one, dude. Good job today.
Alright. Alright. Bye.
See ya. Okay, cool. If that was helpful, guys, don't forget to check out the playlist at the end of the video. I have other Dota coaching playlists. This is a weekly thing, or we try to do it weekly anyway. So this was week 5. We have 4 other with this student. We have another student. We already have a whole bunch of them with him. And I have a third student, which I've only done 1 session with him. That was the Returning to Dota video, if you saw that one. And also, I just launched my Patreon. So if you want to get coached by me, I'll put a link down below and you can have a look there. It's basically going to be $20 an hour. And need to do that basically because like if I end up with too many coaching students, it's taking up a lot of my time. But I really love coaching, so I want to try and do more of it. So if you're interested in that, drop me a line there. And don't forget, you can join my Discord. You can message me there. You can also comment down below if you're interested or have questions. And anyway, thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.